Alright, so yes, it's been a while. It's been a month since I've done a story time. That is because I mentioned in my other videos I have absolutely no story times to tell. However, as you can read the title, yes, I do indeed have a story time to tell today. And that is because I woken up from a dream that I don't really think it was a good dream. I think it was a bad dream. I think it was like a nightmare dream. I don't know. It just said, yes, it was scary when I was in the dream. But hey, I mean, I guess I can use it as for content. But anyways, today's story I'm gonna be telling is basically the time where I was in a dream, and in this dream I was in a lockdown because I guess someone decided to launch missiles in the sky and like attack our school. No, someone didn't launch missiles. It was like out of nowhere, like a missile just appeared and just started like, aiming towards the school. But yeah, this is a dream, and everyone knows what a dream is like. It's basically where when you're going to sleep, you start to dream. Your brain will start to make you dream stuff. Sometimes it's good dreams, sometimes bad dreams, sometimes just like weird dreams. Most of the time, I just have these weird dreams or whatever. It doesn't make any sense. But without further ado, grab your snacks and let's get ready for another story time that I haven't told in a while. And yes, I am bringing back Borderlands 2 gameplay. So on this day, this story takes place when I'm in the third period of my PE class. I guess my brain decided to want for this type of dream to follow the actual schedule of how I do at school, but basically I'm in PE class and we're playing tetherball. In my opinion though, I have to say that PE is probably one of the most top easiest classes that you can take. I mean, at least for where I live. I mean, besides some mile run, but you basically just show up, get dressed, do stuff like what tetherball, badminton, or whatever, and then you just get dress out, and then like the class is over. Like that's basically got to be the best class you can take. But as time flies, PE comes to an end, and it's now lunchtime. And basically, since it's lunchtime, of how I would go to the cafeteria is basically I would go around this building, and then I would go into this long ass line that takes forever into the cafeteria. Surprisingly, though, I mean, it would only take like a minute to get into the cafeteria to get my food and stuff. I mean, it looks very long, but like at the end of the day, it's just very short. But I get my food and I sit down with my friends, in which the area we sit at is basically like this stone bench, and we sit down at this stone bench and we start eating our food. And like me and my friends, we just start talking. We're like, hey man, why weren't you at school today or something like that? Like, hey, how was the math test or whatever? Like, just stuff like you just talk at school. Other than stuff, maybe like what, video games or whatever. But as we're eating lunch, we kind of start seeing people like stand up. I mean, this is like 30 minutes into the lunch period, but like all of a sudden, like we just see some people just stand up and start looking. That's when we hear like some sort of noise, and we just look up at the sky, and what we see is a missile in the sky. But at first, I was like, hey, is that a meteorite? Because I think that could be a meteorite. But then I was like, oh, wait a minute, no, that's a rocket because meteors would go very fast. Not that as fast as that rocket, though. However, something next I didn't expect was about to happen. And so the rocket goes straight for a little bit, but then it just nosedives and crashes into one of the school buildings, making like a giant hole the size of a boulder. And that's when everyone starts freaking out. Everyone starts like throwing stuff or whatever. Not throwing stuff, that's exaggerating. But like people started screaming, people started running into the classrooms, and like as soon as like this all happened, as soon as everyone started freaking out, like I dipped, because like I'm pretty sure you don't want to see a missile heading towards your house, and everyone's gonna have the same reaction as soon as everyone is seeing the rocket, just crash land to a house or any building. They're like, okay, no, we gotta get out here. But because I dipped, like as soon as I saw that rocket, I was like, oh hell no, and I just like dipped. And so because my friends are friends, they also followed me in as well. And they're like, hey Devin, where are we going? And I'm like, we're going to this building to hide from like these bunch of rockets that are probably invisible, like auto drive rockets that just crash into the building, whatever. So we see this school building that's in our campus, and we try to open it. But there was a problem, and that problem was that the door was locked. Surprisingly, we are not teachers with keys that can just open stuff because, we're just kids. We're still, going to school, trying to learn stuff. But, like, as soon as the door was locked and I couldn't open it, I was like, crap, now what? And one of our other friends was like, okay, nope, I'm getting out of here, and he just started going the other way. And so then we started following him, and we're like, hey, where are you going? And he's like the same thing as I was. I was like, we're going to this building. So we get to this other building, and luckily it was unlocked. But we turn around and we see another rocket coming straight towards the school. But instead of going the other direction or like the right direction, it goes straight towards us. And that is not a good feeling. Like, this is probably something that, like a World War soldier would see, like when they're in the battlefield or something. We see this rocket coming towards us, and I'm like, okay, I guess it's the end now. But luckily, I don't know how, but like the rocket just goes to the other direction suddenly and hits the building to our left, making a giant hole in it. And as soon as the rocket hits the other building, all of us are like, go, 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 open the door, because we didn't want to get turned into ashes by a huge explosion. And so we get inside the building and we shut the door immediately. And because, we were in a zone area where it's possible that this whole entire thing is going to get nuked within a second, we're like, oh, hell no, we need to get out of the school. So we just started running, and we were thinking of, hey, should we hide? Or should we get out of the school and go back to our homes? And so we decided that we're just going to stay here because, everyone's still at the school. I don't know why the teacher didn't make us evacuate. I mean, the principal, whatever other adults are here, but they decided that, hey, we're to still, be in the school. And I'm like, however, if this was real life, like, first of all, no, we are not going to stay in school. We are going to evacuate this place and go back to where we came from, our homes. But yeah, basically after that, like, 25 seconds, like, as we're hiding, like, I suddenly woke up from the dream, and I'm obviously like, man, that was a scary dream. However, I'm like, wait a minute, I can finally tell another story after a very long time, because I don't know, it kind of felt like a year since I made a story time, but I realized I checked my YouTube channel and like I haven't posted within a month. But yeah, that's basically the story time of how my school, that isn't real, by the way, this was all a dream, got basically nuked by invisible missiles that were auto-drived by, I don't know, something, I don't know, but like, yeah, that's basically the whole entire story. By the way, if you guys enjoy these stories, I would appreciate if you guys can press the like button, because if you don't press the like button, a giant meteor will smash into your house, except instead of finding very expensive resources that you can sell for a lot of money, getting a better house, you will just find oxygen, just air to breathe in. And you'll probably like, man, like, how are we gonna repair the house with this tons of damage? Like, this rock is gonna barely sell for anything. But on another note, I'm out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed this story. Peace.